Welcome to another episode of the ZX3 project. So as I mentioned in the last episode, I was thinking I was going to be a brake episode, but that won't happen. A few issues have popped up. So the AC does work. There is one little problem. There's nothing coming out until the fan speed is set to 4, and then it's full speed. So more than likely it's just a fuse, which I need to look up. I'm pretty sure it's an easy fix, but the good news is the AC works. To put it bluntly, if I were to tap the gas right now, I've been off the throttle for a while. It'll just sit here and do this all day. So what's going on is pretty simple. So behind me is my grandma's van. Now what we're doing, because that car has no brake lines, it does have an e-brake though, is he's rolling it forward, my dad's rolling it forward, and then I'm here in the beater escape just in case the car rolls backwards. The reason it's going up that hill is because that way we can get it on the quick jacks and do the brake lines, which are ordered.
So back here on the ZX3 project, it took a little while to find the PCV valve. It's right all the way up in here, which is a crazy place to put it. But let me show you what I found. This is the old one. Here, nothing. Here's the new one. I would say that's plugged up. Time to change it. So back to the ZX3. I have this nice little engine brace. Spreads across, chained it up, got it to the hook. Lifted the engine up just enough so that this is floating. And now I'm unbolting the engine mount. Actually a very easy job for a do-it-yourselfer. Looks like the stud came out with this one. And that's it. You unbolt this right here, and the new one's around here somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. So here's the new one. Just unbolt that right there. That's the lining up of the two of them. Unbolt it, put it back on the bracket in the car. Engine mount was about 12 bucks. Dealer would charge you $300-400 to do this job.
What are you doing?
Cutting out the bad section. Brake line. And using a high compression coupling to join the old line with the new line.
And in the meantime, while he is doing that, I'm going to be cleaning this. I need some work on both sides, and I'm going to take a second shot at this floor. I mean, it's not as dirty as it used to be. I got some color out of this side, but that was my test run, so That side's going to be my test dummy. Here I have a pet vac, which the sprayer doesn't work, but it sucks things up, does vacuum things. And as our secondary, or my agitator, I'm going to have this. This is a Bissell carpet cleaner for dog piss, so it's a good agitator. It's not perfect, but it's worth a shot, so let's get to it. So, taking off the spare, I noticed that, well, this is awfully dirty, and yeah, I'm moving that with my finger, and so this is fantastic shape. 10 out of 10. Look at that quality brake line. That's probably what these look like. But it's out.
We can't stay much longer.
Here's the old brake line and the new brake line. This one is better as it isn't broken. Unlike the other one, it still didn't hold any pressure. Okay, so this doesn't look like a very good fuel filter.
Now it looks a little old. This piece here fell out when we pulled it because it was rusted. So we're going to try to put it back in, see if it works.
There you see a new fuel filter, which is also in, and there are the crimps for the brake lines. Surprisingly, this exhaust is actually not leaking somehow, so we're just not going to touch it. No, I don't want to run it long, but if you can't tell, that's not running very good at all. And to make things worse, it smells like fuel. Now, don't know what the situation is. Maybe the injectors are dirty. Maybe there's dirt in the tank and it's running like shit, which probably wasn't a good idea what I just did. But basically, my dad's gonna bring over some gas and we're gonna put it in there, some more gas because it's pretty low, and see if that makes a difference. That's folks. Alright, there is now gas in the car, so we're going to see if it runs a little better now. Excellent news, it's running better than ever. It's idling normally and it's going up and down and it's not idling weird, and the motor's actually running really good. What are you doing?
Trying to take this hub off, but
Yeah, it's not gonna go so easily. And in the next turn, I'm gonna focus on the other side of the passenger seat.
change the brake lines. You can see how rusty everything is. So I went to open the bleeder screw and it disintegrated in my hand. So I can't get it out of the inner workings of the brakes. So the only way you can fix this is by pulling the whole hub off and trying to either get that bleeder screw out or go to a junkyard and get a whole new hub. It's the backing plate, the brakes, the drum, everything. So I'm going to try to take it off, see what happens.
Alright, so the hub ended up coming off the frame, and your wheel cylinder, which is right there, is held in by these two very frozen bolts. The goal is to get those off, and then hopefully that happens, but this is pretty crusty. And as for the back seats, which isn't sitting fully properly, it's clean and sanitized, and I gotta give a second run over to this, but it's a hell of a lot cleaner than it was. Almost all the mold is gone. I gotta give it a second run, get rid of some discoloration like that. But besides that, it's good. And next thing is the floors and this side of the car, which is quite nasty. And that side, which is already clean, but I'm gonna need to clean it again. It's been a little while. Alright, here I am in the back seat, and a much cleaner seat that I'm actually willing to sit on, and only a couple things left back here. So if you can't see the close proximity to that van, I can't quite vacuum it as nicely as I want to because I don't want to hit the van. So I'm gonna have to go back at this, but it's pretty clean. There is some discoloration you need to get to. Same thing with this side. I went over it, but clearly it isn't enough. I still have some stuff to do, but considering that this entire seat and good chunks of the floor were moldy, this is a big improvement. Yes.
Alright, so the hub's back on the car, and this is how bad this looks. That's our bleeder screw, and that was our hydraulic line. So we need to get a new one of these. And we can put it all back together. Then we gotta change this hose and this hose. It just never seems to end. 8 mil because it's worn out. You use the 9/32 SAE size, which is slightly smaller than an 8. You get it to side up, and then you hit it on there nice and good, and it comes right out. But of course now they're destroyed.
Hey, look, it's new. What's that?
Seat from 2012. A free chicken sandwich. Someone had the bagel in Texas. Ooh, a credit card. Wells Fargo. Expired.
It's going.
There's little notches here on both sides, and they lock in to these brackets, like that. But you have to lock in this one first, because this one only has one position, and this one has multiple positions.
Have to give credit to these spiders. They're very persistent. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, they make new webs about every 2 days. We knock it all off, 2 days later, it's all back.
It's not shiny, it's not sticky, it looks like a perfectly clean seat, but it's also protected as well. And then it also smells awesome. So this seat is done.
So these e-brakes are not really holding any pressure. The e-brake is on, it's just spinning. Maybe it just needs to adjust. So the solution to this is put some brake fluid in. Look, what do you know? Look what's leaking. That's where all the brake fluid's going. Anyway, so it's time to tighten that down, and hopefully it works. Unfortunately, that is leaking. It is not loose, it is tight. So that will be an unfortunate end to the video. Have a nice day. Enjoy your videos, like, favorite, subscribe, all that stuff.